No,
I'll
I'm
say
not
it again
live
in a
yet.
minute.
I was gonna say I think we are now. Hi, Sherry.
Hi,
Okay.
Sherry.
Okay. Let's see here. I don't need this anymore, and I don't need that anymore. I'm just trying to get it all sorted out. So you found some of those though.
Well, I found these. These are the ones I had bought a while back, and I couldn't find
Oh,
them, but I found them yesterday. So
okay. Hi, Barbara.
they
Now,
were, under a pile.
yeah, if your
Hi,
headache gets
Barbara.
worse, if your headaches gets worse, you need to say so, because I won't
Okay.
know. I can't feel it. I'm trying, but
Yeah.
ugh.
Well, to be honest, I'm having more trouble with my back than I am my head at the moment. I did some stuff I shouldn't have done today. I was moving some furniture and stuff, and
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I should have got the Ethan to help me, but I thought this is not big. I can do it. And it wasn't because it was heavy. It was because it was awkward and I reached down and picked it up in a way I shouldn't have.
Yeah, it's kind of like putting something in the oven. Hi,
Yeah.
Barbara. Hi, Melindy. Hi, and Sherry. Okay, I'm gonna wait a minute and tell them all about these when a few
Oh
more of them
yeah.
come in. So, because I'm not kidding how thick this thing is. This is really thick. I probably am going to kick myself for not having bought more. Because you know what? That's a good flour.
Yeah. Hi Mindy.
Well, she was doing something she shouldn't have been doing, Mindy. That's one thing. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to do stuff and get some. I've been trying to rearrange things. I've got to find a place to put my spinning wheel in the house now that we've got it, and I cleaned it and oiled it and everything. I don't want to put it back out in the garage. So
No,
I was trying to move things around where I could find a place to put it. Anyway,
they are huge, Mindy. They're absolutely gigantic. Um, and they're thick. Look how thick these are, Lisa.
wow.
I mean, they're
Those are
going
as
to,
thick as this stuff.
yeah, yeah. And for $1, and it's the
Yeah,
white ones that carve so nice.
I'm gonna go look
So
tomorrow because I'll be out.
yeah, well, see, I knew you would want to, and I'm probably gonna kick myself for not having bought all of them that they had. So, um, I have to. Okay, looks like I fixed that. I had mom out today, so there was half a dozen things that had to be fixed once I got her back to the house, and I know why she doesn't like taking herself to that doctor's office. Um, that parking lot. Okay, parking lots have cars on both sides, like that, right? This
Yeah,
space in here is where you back out and can go out of the parking lot. The handicap parking spot is right up by the door, but my little rodeo, I barely had enough room to back straight up without getting this car. I mean, it was tight, tight, tight. And now I got really lucky because this car, she was smart and she got there before me and she backed into her spot. So she pulled out and I backed into her spot and pulled out. But mom says she usually doesn't even park up there because down further down in the parking lot, there's more room between the cars.
yeah.
But
Somebody was really not thinking.
no, they didn't think. And she said, but the problem is, okay, she can park further out and walk, except that the whole parking lot's a hill.
Oh, good grief.
So for my mom, that's just impossible
Yeah,
anymore. And now if we'd had to park out there, I'd have walked her up the hill and helped her. But at the same time, she shouldn't have to. She schedules her appointments at 8 o'clock, so she's the first one in the door. But that parking lot was so tight that even I would have had to wiggle to get out of it. Luckily this lady pulled out and I backed into it. But I'm just thinking, There was no place in that parking lot I could have put my big truck. None.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
None. So, okay,
Well,
guys,
it's snowing here.
it's snowing. Hi,
Yeah.
Mona. I wanted to tell you guys about these.
Hi,
Okay.
Mona.
I went to Dollar Tree after I took Mom to the doctor. Went to Dollar Tree. These are in the Christmas stuff. Look for the kids' Christmas stuff, and these are huge. For $1 a piece, this is a big chunk of that eraser stuff. You don't have to carve Santa Claus. You could carve a little flower up there and a big flower down here. Well, now those look like telephone poles, but you know, I said this looked like a tulip,
Yeah.
the bottom of a tulip. This, you could cut this in half, do some fun things. You know, you don't have to carve what's on there just because on the little ones we have been, but this stuff, this is for $1. This is way cheaper than that stuff you have to buy, and it's that
Oh,
white
yeah.
stuff which is nice to carve.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, Candy. I just wanted y'all to see those. And tell Lisa so she could run to the store.
Yeah, I've got to go to the store, but luckily I'm already going tomorrow, so it'll be all right.
All right, there
It's
you
not
go.
an extra trip.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm not going. It's been a couple weeks. I'm not going out unless. Sure, Mindy, you can cut it up into sections to carve.
You could do anything you want with it.
Yeah. I don't want to
cut it like I cut this into pieces. You know, you can cut that into pieces.
Usually, if I'm going to cut it up into sections to carve, I would use this. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
And remind me to show them all again this a little bit later.
Okay.
Because there's only 9 people here right now, and I want to make sure everybody knows that they have these giant ones. Because I usually look for the erasers in the, you know, the office supply stuff.
Yeah.
And these were in the Christmas stuff with the Christmas.
And I would have never looked there for them, so I'm glad you mentioned that too.
Well, you know what happened is I saw they have little snowmen and Santa Clauses and reindeers that go on the pencils.
Uh-huh.
And a year or so ago, I bought a bunch of those to give to the 2 little girls I sometimes buy Christmas for. They're not coming this year, so I'm not going to do all that. But they were there, and I looked, and I thought, well, maybe they have, you know, little ones like we've been carving the little flowers and all those things. And they didn't, but they had those gigantic ones. And I really, really should have bought all of them, but I didn't. Because, you know, I have so many erasers, I didn't really need any more.
Yeah.
So I felt a little silly to buy another one for no good reason.
But the size of them makes them so much more versatile.
Yes, because, and they're so thick that, you know, you've got lots of option to carve. So.
Oh, we were talking about wax. I found my wax.
Oh, that's a bunch.
Yeah. It says it's from Earthwise Aromatics. It just says beeswax on it. You can get it on Amazon, but
yeah,
I knew I had some. I finally found it, and I'm trying to find a.
Mona, these okay, I think she said she's having a hard time finding the tools, Mona. Speedball, that's the brand. Now the starter kit that they had at Hobby Lobby was this plastic one. This one is a speedball. This one is just a cheap knockoff. It's the same basic thing. The things are in the end of the handle. There's extra. Okay, come out. There's extra doodads in there. There's all kinds of
Yeah, and I think this is what's in the starter kit. They're just but you can buy a set with a bunch of blades. This one just has a couple of blades, and they just push in.
Yeah. Hello, Cheryl. These, the ring on the side, this thing comes off. They push in, and then they twist up. And I was having a terrible time getting it in properly. So when this showed up in the clearance department, I grabbed it because that way I don't have to fight. I was going to cut the ends off of a different eraser to show Holly, Mindy. This, like these erasers, Mindy, they have this end on them. And I always trim them before I ever... Metal ruler. Come here. Come here. Where are you? I always trim them, and this is how I would cut that stuff up. I would just... cut it like so. I don't want to cut them because I don't know how I'm going to use them yet. I just bought them for, and now it has a flat end, but I just bought them for the rubber, really and truly. Now, see, these are real thin. Look at how thick this is compared to this little thin one. Even these round ones that I really like.
Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Teresa.
First one. These are the Dollar Tree round ones. And look at how much thicker this stuff is than that.
Yeah.
So they're nice and thick. They're
like twice.
Yeah, they're
thick.
So.
Very cool.
And guys, if we didn't say hello, I apologize. But I'm glad you're here. Okay, so when I stamped out my postcard, the D was a little rough. I want to adjust the D a little. And my little end piece over here was a little rough. Let's hope I don't make it worse. One nice thing about it is I can always start over. I have the other side of the eraser.
Barbara says she buys a big 9x12 sheet of Speedy Carve when she can find the coupon for Michael's.
Yeah. Yeah. And Michael's lately has not had any good coupons.
No, they must be hurting because they're really not giving out coupons.
Yeah.
They brag about the coupon they're giving you for being one of their rewards members, and it's 20% off or
right,
maybe
and
30% off.
and now they're changing the rewards thing, and it's just Yeah,
Mona, the carving tools you'll find there. You're lucky if you get an X-Acto knife or a box knife.
Where?
At the hardware stores.
Oh yeah.
But she looked at her hobby store too, and they looked at her like they didn't know what she was talking about either. So. Okay, I need you to hold your circle up so I can see it a little bit better for a minute.
Okay. So what I did was first I sort of split the. Okay,
I've got it this far.
Yeah, that's only.
So I need to do in between each of these one more time.
I think so. Yeah. Let me count.
I think so too.
1, 2, 3. There's 3 in each quarter. Yeah, in between each one, you got to do that. You got to split those one more time.
Then I will ask to look at it again later.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. A senior discount diet? I don't think they do. Because I would qualify. Lisa won't qualify, but I will qualify. Hi, Josie. Hi, Josie. Glad to see you.
Hi, Josie.
Yes, these are in the fine arts section. Not in the craft section. Okay, let's see here. The A is a little wonky, needs a little cleaning up.
No, that wasn't very perfect.
Mine are never very perfect.
Well, I did a pretty good job on the first bunch of lines, and then not as good on these. I was obviously more tentative too because I didn't make the lines as wide or deep. Come on.
Well, and did you put that in on one of those hard pieces?
Did I what?
One of these thin pieces?
No, I'm doing one of the big ones.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I decided
You wanted a big one.
Well, I don't like working on those little ones. So if I've got something else, I'm going to use the something else.
Yeah, I don't either. They're not very friendly. They're kind of like carving linoleum.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, let's see how it looks now. Okay, we got to have a stamp pad. Oh, let's go with one of my new favorites, which is plum. Baby, it's cold outside. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, Linda, and that's the thing. And then the rewards expire, and I just so much of the time, I guess Michael's just hasn't had a lot that I wanted lately, and I don't go very much. I just don't go.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to spend money.
Well, and
so it's good that there's I'm doing fine with the things I have for the most part, but I want some of those erasers.
Oh yeah, and okay, now it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, and I will use that a lot. Okay. I have to remember it stamps that plum stamps a lot. That's really cool. Okay. All right. Now I can put a different word on.
Look at your thing again when you get a chance. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that's okay. That's fine. The thing that I will tell you is that I started from the outside and went in. And you might want to draw it all before you start cutting, because I didn't make sure I had a really good center, and so it's off center just a little bit. But if you look, the lines go from from line to line. So
yeah,
it goes in, out, and then the next line does the same thing, and then the star in the middle actually does the same thing, but I just took the whole star out.
Right. Okay.
Hi, Teresa.
I'm trying to decide if I'll do better.
Susie. Hi, Susie.
I think I can just cut straighter than I can draw, but
the thing of it is you might want to draw it on there because if not, you can get it off really easy. And you might want to use your wider tool to
Yeah.
cut
Well,
these.
I'm using one that's um
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, I'm using the number 2.
Yeah. hmm Yeah, and I can okay, not only that, Joann's is usually cheaper than Michael's, and Joann's today has 50% off coupons. They're only good today, granted, and I did not go into Joann's, but um okay, what did I want to carve today? I forgot.
Well, this is the only thing that I had in my head I wanted to carve, so I'll have to come up with something else after I do this one.
I guess maybe I ought to look at my book because I can't think right now. I don't know where my book is. It's gone off to Never Never Land. So I'm just going to pull out an eraser. Well, I already cut this one out, so I already pulled this one out so I can cut the ends off. It's really bad when your brain goes on vacation.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens pretty often.
We had a very, very interesting day yesterday. Okay, so we got early because Jeff was supposed to go meet the guy that was going to try to fix his dad's camper on site, which we've spent 2 months dealing with that. Yes, and it leaves your body behind. It's worse. I agree, Teresa. So I'm making beads and I'm getting stuff done here. Jeff's off over at the house, and Dad actually had the guy that came actually did what was able to get it running. There was major things that had gone on, and but it's running, which is just an amazing thing after 2 months. But Jeff went to get in it before the guy got there, and the door lock broke off, or a piece in the door broke off inside the door lock.
Oh my goodness.
So Jeff goes around the camper trying to find an open window. The driver's window is just enough open that Jeff got a screwdriver in it and slid it, and he crawled in. Still could not open the door. So the poor guy had to come work on it, had to climb in and out the driver's window just like Jeff did. Okay. So after that, Jeff is like, okay, well, that's that. I'm going to, the guy fixes it. It's running. Jeff's all happy because, they've spent 2 months trying to get it to run. And guy tells Jeff what he needs to do to try to take the door lock apart. And Jeff is getting ready to do that. And the electrician, which we've been waiting since Sally to come, calls and says, I'm on my way. Okay, just across town. I got a kiln full of beads and an electrician is coming. Okay, well, okay. Jeff's got the only key I know of for the gate. So I'm like, well, physically do that, climb in and out of an RV window. That's true, Barbara. But and the guy fixing it had to climb in and out of the RV window. So Jeff has to leave the RV where the lock is broke, the door is broke. You can't open the door. He has to come home because there's stuff about the electrical stuff that the guy's coming to do that I'm not exactly sure of,
Yeah.
I kind of knew part of it. So he got here and I kind of explained what was some of the stuff that needed to be done, and explained part of the other stuff. Luckily Jeff got home in time to tell him a few different things on the where Jeff wanted a new outside light besides the stuff that wouldn't work in after Sally. um, Jeff wanted a new outside light in the back, and he had the pole up and everything. He had the light, all the stuff was ready. But when he went to put a wire to that light, he Jeff realized that it needed an electrician. It was 3 wires were twisted all together and very unsafe. So it took the guy yesterday afternoon and this morning to fix it. Hi, Janice. Glad you're here. But so, anyways, the big thing is the stuff from the stuff that hasn't worked since Sally. Outdoors along that wall of my studio, there are outdoor plugs, and there, of course, all those ground fault plugs that have the little button in them. If they get wet, they kick themselves off.
Right.
Jeff knew one wasn't working, and he knew that little garage's lights weren't working, and but he hadn't been able to find any reason why. Well, there's another one way up there, away from anything else back there, and the ground fault. So it took the electrician all of about 15 minutes to find that problem.
Oh dear.
So it was kind of one of those days. But that's okay.
Well, at least it was not something that turned out to be way worse than you.
Oh yeah.
That's what usually happens to us.
Maybe the underground wire was not, had gone bad, because the wires out to the little garage are all underground. So, and I seriously doubt they're anything more than that underground wire. I seriously doubt they're in PVC or anything like that. They're probably just wire.
Yeah.
Anyways, but Jeff didn't want to, dig up stuff until he had checked it out with somebody, and sure enough.
Well, that was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think.
Okay, now my middle is all carved out. It isn't just lines.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do about that. I think I'm gonna
leave it lined or stamp it and see what
I'm gonna stamp it and then decide.
Yeah. So anyways, Jeff went today to try to buy a lock for the door, and apparently he's gonna have to go take the other lock off, and just dawned on me. I wonder, the guy that came to work on it was very knowledgeable. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Do you suppose the guy that came to work on the camper would know what kind of lock you had to buy to replace all that? Yeah, I mean, because he should still be there today. He might even have one. And we're going to Milton on Friday. We could go sooner. Sorry about that, but it just dawned on me that it might be that Jeff could find out if from the guy that worked on the camper.
Yeah.
Because he went to the camper the dealership where we bought ours, and they said there's 5,000 different ones of those. You're going to have to bring it in so that I will know which one it is.
Right.
So let me see.
I'm thinking I
Oh,
want to do another one just right. Well, no, it might not.
I'd leave it just like it is. It's gorgeous. You don't think so?
Well, I started to say I'm going to go ahead and make another star inside these and cut it out like you did yours.
I
But I'm afraid it'll end up just with a hole.
Yes, and I think it's beautiful like that.
I'm wondering though if I don't know. I was thinking I was going to come back in and make the lines wider. The not
The
the.
spider, yeah, mine are wider, but I don't know. I think that's beautiful the way it is.
I think so too. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna just hold off, and if I decide later I want to, I can always do it.
Okay, do you have another one of those circles?
I do
Thanks,
not know.
Janet.
I have another one. Oh, I do. I actually do have another one.
Okay, you know what you could do? You could stamp one on top of the other and then cut out all the lines wider, and then you would have two.
That is true. That is true. You are such a smart person.
Oh,
I'm
Janet
so
is here.
smart
I
to
just
have you for a
realized
friend.
Janet is here. Hello,
Hey,
Janet. Oh,
Janet. We're
Andrea's
glad you're
here
here.
too. Hello,
Hey,
Andrea too. I said thank you to Janet, but I didn't realize she had just come in, and I just realized that she just got here. Yep. Okay,
we're
so
glad you're here. We're
yes,
glad you're
ma'am.
here.
But then you'll just have two, and one will be wide and one will be skinny because that skinny one is absolutely beautiful. It looks like a.
Oh, I got it off center.
Well, wash it really fast.
I don't think it's enough off center
To matter.
I don't know. I don't know if washing it'll work with that ink.
Alcohol.
Oh, let's.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. There you go. Now you can stamp it again. Andrea's here too. Hi, Andrea. All right, I'm going to finally carve a stamp today. Yeah, maybe. Okay, I think there's a bunch more people here. Yes. Guys, I wanted to show you these. I got these today, and Andrew says your stamp looks great.
Thank
These
you, Andrea.
were in the Christmas department with all the Christmas stuff, like with stocking stuffers and things, and they are super thick. Okay, the one that Lisa's just been, look at the thickness of them. They're way thick, and what I told everybody, just because there's Christmas on the front hi Debbie, doesn't mean doesn't mean you can't cut it up. Like this one could be a little flower, and this one could be a big flower. I said this one looked kind of like a tulip on the bottom. But this was really good carving stuff for $1. So, but they were in the Christmas stuff. So you gotta look in the Christmas stuff.
Well, we're glad you're getting high-speed internet, Debbie. It helps a lot.
Even though I don't know what was wrong with mine the other day, because I fought it, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to quit fighting this. I'm just going to use StreamYard, come in with StreamYard, and it worked perfect. Now, I did go reset the modem and everything, so maybe if I had come in the regular way, it would have still been fine, but... And we do get a lot of power popping here. And we've had some rainstorms, so it could have been that. But because afterwards we sometimes have to reset the modem.
Okay, Debbie, thanks for telling us. I knew the way you were talking, you had to be a Debbie we knew. Debbie Wingo, we're glad you're here.
Aha! Okay. Yes, ma'am. We're glad you're here. Okay. The tips of my flower petals are not going to be cut again, I'll bet. I find when you, on these erasers, if you go where you're trying to cut out to the edge, it flexes and does not cut. It is often like that. And sometimes that's really cool and sometimes it's not. So we'll have to just wait and see.
It's kind of hard to tell where I've cut and where I haven't.
Oh,
with this stamped off one.
It's not as it's a little difficult, is it? Okay.
It's a little bit harder. It's okay, but it's just a little bit harder.
Okay. Let's see how this stamps. Barb's here. Hi, Barb. So now we have Barbara.
Hey, Barb. Glad you're here.
I've been going to get out a bigger water-soluble stamp pad, and I keep forgetting to do it because it would work for this stuff. Oh, that's kind of cool with it. Little edges not.
No, I think that's adorable. I like them like that.
I'm going to leave it just like it is, except for right there. There's a puka in my stamp. And actually, it's more like a booger. There we go.
We'll get it out.
Yeah, I don't want it in there. Whatever, get it out. Spiraling ring of death, Barb says she has.
Oh no.
Oh, to have to have high-speed internet, always losing y'all. Okay. Thanks, guys. We've been having fun making them, that's for sure. I just have to think up what I'm going to do next, you know. Oops. Let's see if we can make a funky word stamp. I might want to put that on something different. Something a little bit thicker and easier to use. Yeah. Maybe that. Let's see what else I've got. Oh, I've got these. That's probably better. We'll see how they carve though, because I got these. They're soft plastic erasers. I got them at Hobby Lobby last year, and I didn't use them. And they may not carve. They may be awful to carve. I don't know, because they're not the polymer. It says plastic, but they were 74 cents. So I
It'll
thought
be interesting to find out.
I
It's kind
thought
of like these.
yeah.
I don't know yet how they're going to do, but I'm looking forward to figuring it
Too
out.
far in the boonies for high speed. Yeah, that's how we were in South Dakota too. Okay, so yeah, that's why when I saw these, I was like, oh, I have to buy those. You know,
Yeah.
Teresa's going to get a
Well,
couple.
when you can experiment for 75 cents, you're doing pretty good, you know?
Yeah, and I have 2 of them for 75 cents. So,
There you go. Even better.
And I knew we would do carve for December. Hi, Holly. We would do carve December more than one time.
Yeah.
Okay, this feels just like those polymer erasers. It does, you know.
Polymer is a kind of plastic, so maybe that's...
What is polymer other than maybe a kind of plastic? Okay, so this actually is about the same width, but it's a little longer. Okay, so it goes clear to there. Okay. Let's see here. We want this to be kind of funky. Except I got the letters too big already, I can tell. Yep. Yep. Okay. Put them. Let's do this right way.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
I did that one wrong.
Uh-oh. Can you fix it?
I don't know if you can fix it or not.
Okay. Okay, so y'all know that when you stamp letters, if you start in the middle with the middle letter of the word, you can get it more centered, right? So I should write the middle letter first. Now, to do that, Tanya has to write the word down so she could remember how to spell it.
Well, believe me, I understand.
It doesn't matter. If it was a word I should be able to spell completely, it still is one of those words I have to write it down. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Holly.
Okay. Tream. That is how you spell it.
Yep. Yep.
I agree with you, Andrea. I hope all those who celebrate Hanukkah are having a wonderful Hanukkah. Lisa is making a Christmas spider web. Yes, she is. Holly actually made one already, and she's making a second one with fatter lines. Barb, I'm sorry your tummy doesn't feel good. Okay, let's turn this upside down. Now, you know why we wrote it in really thick pencil, right? Because that way, when you turn it upside down and rub on it, it will transfer. Holly celebrates because that way she gets more presents.
There you go.
Okay, so see now it's backwards. So when we cut it out, it will be backwards. But when we stamp it, it will be right. Maybe candy. Matter is that the red round things you put on sandwich. Oh. Matter. Is that the red round things you put on sandwich? I don't know.
Mater.
Mater. Oh, it's the maters. Okay, it's a mater. Okay. Oh. I don't know because the ones I grew this year were purple. So, and green. I grew purple and green tomatoes this year because that's what I could get. I grew green zebras and purple Cherokees. And none of them really ripened very well because they were just late. I had really beautiful plants, and the tomatoes were just making absolutely great flowers when we got cold. And it shouldn't have gotten cold when it did either. So,
Yeah.
oh well, I got some tomatoes, and we've eaten, green fried tomatoes, which we love. But yep, Teresa, though, that's what you eat on the sandwich. We like maters, and I like green maters, so. But I told y'all my brain wasn't working very well. They were called candy. Mine was the size of the tip end of your tiny finger. Oh my. Huh. Candy tomatoes, and they were tiny like that. That sounds like fun. Well, I've got seeds from the of course the seeds in the tomatoes I couldn't save because having all three of them in one box means that they cross pollinated, but I still have some seeds left. I didn't plant all the seed that I ordered. And then I got some Romas, and I got some little cherry tomatoes for next year. I got to get them. Green fried maters and ochre. Yes, Teresa. Yes, and that could be my dinner. Frankly, that could be my entire dinner. Perfect size for a salad. I like those kind. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do here. I think we're going to just go like that. Like that. Yep, that would be dinner for me. That's fine. And Linda just had 2 chocolate chip cookies and peanut butter cookies. Well, I had a chocolate cookie for I don't know what they call them. Um, Friends of ours right next door to Mom. I had to go over there and ask him something. Mom's blood pressure cuff thing is not working, so he's been getting her blood pressure for me, and she said she wants what he's got as far as a blood pressure unit. And so I had to go over there and take some pictures, and because I'll have to go hunt it, Anyways, they were working on their cookie boxes, and they make, and I don't know what they're called. Hi, Yarnia. I hope that Yan. Oh, help me, Lisa.
Oh, I wrote it down. Yanita.
Yanita. Okay. Did I write it? I must have written it down too. I'm sure I did. Anyways, we're glad you're here, dear. They're really, really, really thin. And they are fancy, and you press them, and you basically put them in a waffle maker that's really skinny. It's like a really skinny chocolate waffle. After I took Mom to the doctor, I had to go over there, and that's what they were doing this morning. So I had chocolate waffle cookie for breakfast.
Sounds good.
It was.
My son makes chocolate waffles that he got the recipe from Alton Brown's cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are really, really good. Put a little butter on them. It's dessert for sure. For sure. Luckily, he doesn't make them often, and half the time when he does, it's in the middle of the night, so I'm in bed and I can't get up and get one, which is good for me.
Okay, Candy's got it. Yes, Pizzelle cookies. Pizzelle cookies. I think that's what they are. So because they make them every year, and she had all kinds of cookies in tins when I went over there. She was getting ready to put her boxes together. She said, "I'll make sure your mama gets a box. Maybe she'll share." I said, "I doubt it." The other neighbor brought her a tin with 12 cookies in it. They were all different. There were only 2 cookies left in the tin. My mom has been a bad girl. She's been eating cookies. Of course, I sent her a couple pieces of my candied lemons. I told her that was all she was going to get because I'm not making any more. Those are a pain. They were not fun to make, and both batches are not right. One batch is too far done, and the other batch is not done enough. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Glad you're here. Okay.
You only live once. It's true, Lisa. Hi, Joan. She's decorating. Joan is decorating wrapping paper.
Cool.
I honestly don't think I have a present to wrap this year. I think, Jeff has enough socks. I don't need to buy him any socks. Well, one year for Christmas, I was very extravagant. I bought him enough Smartwell socks to last a whole week.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. But he still has them, they last, so don't think
Right.
he needs anything. And he got his new lens before we were going to go on our trip in the spring, so.
Are you really getting a bay window, Holly? That would be so cool.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
don't be afraid to tell your real dreams.
Yeah.
I got a new coat. I got it early because it was
Ooh.
cold.
Ooh. What kind of a new coat did you get, my dear?
A big heavy one because I didn't have a heavy coat, and we've been having really cold temperatures. Darren said, "You need a real coat. Go buy you a real coat. Merry Christmas."
Merry Christmas. I see. Okay. Well, my coat, let's see here. The coat I wear for winter time. Let me think. We've been here 4 years. We were in South Dakota 12. We were in Nebraska 5, I think. Okay, so 4 and 12 is 16, and 5 is 21. So my coat's 20 years old, at least, because I bought it the first winter we were in Nebraska. And
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a new one soon, or I'm going to have to take this one apart and put a new zipper in it, one of the two. Likely is not. I will put a new zipper in it because I love my coat. I really do. It was a Columbia knockoff, that I got at Sam's Club for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And it's just been perfect all through South Dakota and here because it comes apart in layers.
This does feel very different.
Yeah, it feels real different. So we'll find out how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, it was put in the 50s and it's foggy and cracked. Oh, I can't blame you. Susie says, I hope your headache didn't last too long. She still sort of has it. Yeah, Teresa, I was looking at that. Do you know though that you can't buy a new one? I was trying to find a link for it for Julie, and apparently they don't make that one anymore. I was like, oh no, good thing I got two of them. Because I use that thing all the time, but I only got it because it was metal instead of ceramic. But I'd be hard pressed to do without it. I really like it. Teresa said she'd rather wear a poncho. Oh, I don't. I wear lots of layers. It's like today I left with my shell on because the wind was blowing and it was kind of chilly. And before I got home, I was down to my sweatshirt. I'm hoping some of the sketchy lines come out on this because that's kind of what I'd like it to do. Also want a place to put my Christmas. Oh, that would be fun. Yep.
It would be. So are you going to have a table setting in there since you're not having a bench? I'm assuming that it will be all the way to the floor. And you could put a table in there. Is that the thought? Well,
Boy,
I'm
the
just
yeast
sitting
is
here
going to get hit
without
with.
any
Yeah,
thoughts
Lisa.
in my head.
What?
I'm sitting here with zero thoughts of what to draw now.
Um, that's how I was, and I meant to try to get some ideas put down on paper, in the last few days. I mean, I had all weekend. It's not like I, didn't have a few days in between, but I just didn't get to it. That's okay. I've wanted words for a while, so. This may be an awful big word, but that's okay. I'll settle for it being a little big.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Mindy, Linda said that they're going to get hit twice up there. So I need to message my sister and find out what they're going to do. How they're doing. Because I haven't talked to her in a while. Okay, let's see. Oh, my R's got a big solid thing in the middle of it. Barbara says she only has one big enough piece of speedy carbon. She's undecided between an image of flowers and one of a treat. What do I want most and soonest?
That
Between
is
flowers and a treat.
I like both of them.
Yep. Ooh, 12 to 18 by Thursday morning. And Lisa said 14 to 16, so that's in the middle. Yep. I would say that is not going to be pleasant. It's going to be rather uncomfortable.
No, I need something thicker because it's easier to carve, and I need easy today.
Yep. Oh, it's not. It's going to look a little sketchy, but not a lot sketchy. The E looks really funky. Okay, do I want to do any of the... I think I want to leave them. Except I don't like that one on the M. The one on the M looks funny. This one right here. Okay. That'll work. They're kind of funky, but that's kind of what I wanted, so that'll work. Humid 40s feels like 20s to me. I'm going to tell you, yesterday, weather bug, the news, everybody said it was supposed to be 70 degrees here yesterday. I went outside and the wind was blowing and it was cold. My phone said it was only 50s, and I said it never got to 70 yesterday. I know for a fact it could not have gotten to a 70-degree mark. I think we're going to try to work on the back side of that. We'll see. See if it works. It's nice and thick. absolutely know the kind of panic that sets in when you run out of glue or paper. I will never run out of glue or paper. I just have to. Mm-hmm. Linda, have you got to go? Okay, bye, bye, dear Linda. If you got to go, yeah, I'll never run out of glue or paper. I have so
I
much.
might run out of a type of glue or a type of paper,
Yeah,
but I'll never
yeah.
run out of glue or paper either.
No, I have way too much of both. So, okay. Inspire, right?
Inspire?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because it doesn't look right.
I know. I have that same problem.
It just does not look right. Okay. So right about there's the middle. We're going to make these tall and skinny. Maybe not. Maybe we'll make them a bunch of different sizes because that Tanya would really like. Ooh, I like that. I think I do like that. Okay, we'll go down here.
Oh, Linda says she's not really going. She's just getting dinner started. So
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. No, no running out of glue or paper. She's going to eat around 6. Okay. This is an eraser that we actually use to erase things with. How about that? Yeah, yeah. And I do not know why it's a magic Prismacolor eraser, but it is a magic Prismacolor eraser. And let's make a fatter N. Let's N S. Okay. Now we gotta kind of chunk them out. Make them chunky.
this is really, really hard to see when you've carved in it.
Oh, uh-huh. Are you carving away or are you carving?
I'm leaving the flowers.
Okay, do you have a white or any color of Posca pen that you could, you know, draw on that area with?
Oh, probably. But I think I'm too lazy.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Andrea, that happens to me all the time. And I'm getting really tired of having to move one thing to do another thing and having to move it back so I can do the next thing. It's making me very irritable. And it's my own fault for making such a big old mess.
I was gonna say that's how I always have to do things out here. Is I have one spot to work, so everything has to be done right here.
Well, and I have several workstations, to do different things because I have my sewing machine is set up and my desk for my computer because I, do my bead shows and stuff from there, and then my bead desk, and then this desk. All these tables are set up, but I'm still constantly moving stuff off of one. There was glass sitting on this one today when I came out here to get ready. Things don't have homes for some reason. They just end up everywhere. Okay, I'm liking this word better because it's all funky. That I kind of like. Whether or not I can carve it, I do not know. Okay, we'll see. Bought a big Elmer's glue and I need to find it and use it. Yep. Oh dear. Excuse me, I apologize. That was rude.
Well, we forgive you. Because we have all yawned when before.
Well,
many times, actually.
Yeah. But I usually try to do it quietly, not so loud. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I have decided one thing.
What? You don't like carving that stuff?
No, I don't like carving these.
Okay.
And it's difficult enough. I'm just going to get rid of some of these little flowers and just do the bigger ones.
Okay. But Andrea says that they all yawn, but they can't hear me. That's kind of like this giant this was a little tough to carve. This big purple.
Yeah, well,
one
this is completely different than that. That at least feels rubbery. This doesn't feel rubbery.
That they feel kind of like, I don't know, gelatin or something like that. They're kind of weird. I've only got 2 of them, but I haven't bought any more because I'm glad I didn't because.
Yeah, well, I bought 4 and I wish I'd just bought 2 because you can't buy just one.
No, they're in the 2-pack. So.
Anyway, we'll see how they stamp.
Yeah, that's the next thing. Okay, now to make an S that's backwards. Okay. Yeah. P. I really like my big pencil. This is a cool pencil. It's a big old fat pencil.
I was at Home Depot the other day and Hannah wanted some very, very fine grit sandpaper to play with pastels on. She's been watching people who are drawing with pastels or painting with pastels on sandpaper. So we were there looking for that, and I walked by this end cap thing, and they had these tubes with those square orange carpenter's pencils.
Oh,
And I have always wanted to try writing with one of those. I just thought that'd be so cool. I didn't buy them, but I wanted to.
Oh.
I thought it would be fun, but I didn't. I refrained.
Well, and the lead comes out of them kind of flat, which is kind of cool. Uh-oh. I got ink on my mat. The ink was not dry on my eraser. So now my mat has permanent ink on it. Hint books.
Holly hint books. What is that?
I don't know. Oh, Cheryl, to tell whisper in my ear. Lisa, is that Lay's potato chips?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah, because I don't see any potato chips.
Well, and it probably pertains to something I said earlier.
Oh, yeah,
Or it might be,
probably.
she might be talking to Lisa, the other Lisa,
Oh,
not
the
me.
other Lisa, and we missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy says that they're really nice to draw with.
One of these days, I'll, if it just, and I'm sure you can just buy one, but it was a tube that had like, I don't know, 12 pencils in it or something.
Yeah. Oh,
And
speaking of tubes, my Dollar Tree had those brush tubes today, which I had not seen before. So I'm really glad you told me about them.
yeah, well, I'm glad I did too, because they're kind of cool.
Uh-huh. Well, it'll be really good to take in the camper. You
That's
know,
what I was thinking.
to put my stuff in when I go in the camper.
Hannah was really excited about it. She's been wanting one for a long time to put brushes in. Of course, you could use them for pencils or anything else, but
Yeah. Your eraser shavings is what they're
oh,
going apparently. You just can't do one. No,
okay. Well, I
yeah.
may just do one. I
But
may prove you wrong.
one of those
Because
erasers, she may give it to one of her kids to erase things with, right? Uh-huh.
I don't think they would even want to erase anything with it.
Yeah, probably not.
They're both used to better erasers than this.
Isn't that something that we get used to something that is something as simple as an eraser that is a good quality, and therefore it's like you go to use something else like the one on the end of a pencil and you go, oh, yuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that words were so complicated. Golly.
Well, I think I have all of these outlined.
Oh, your little flowers.
Yeah, so I'm going to ink it, and then that'll show me
Yeah.
where everything
Well,
else is, because it
well,
really is very difficult.
that's another thing. It'll help you to see what you have carved out and what you haven't.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janet. Tanya, you can write out your word in the soft pencil, then rub it onto the carving medium. That's what I've been doing, Barbara. See, I did that, and then now I will tell you that it transfers better when I put it on the tracing paper. The tracing paper, the pencil sits on top of the tracing paper, where this piece of copy paper, it went more into the copy paper.
That looks kind of cool, actually.
Ooh, that's really cool.
That's just where the stuff was left,
Yeah, but I kind of like it. It looks kind of
I
like a
kind
little.
I kind of do too.
I think
It
I'd leave
doesn't
it like.
it doesn't pick up ink real well. Let's see if I can get it to
I was
pick
gonna
up
say
ink.
it may be like a rubber stamp where you have to ink them 2 or 3 times before they like to ink up good. Um, yeah, that's the only way I can do it because otherwise I couldn't make my letters backwards, Barbara. That's how I transfer pretty much everything is.
Okay, that's what it looks like.
Oh, I like it. That little spot by the bottom flower.
Right here.
No, I like that spot, but where that little line is that goes across
Right
there.
there.
Yeah, for some reason that looks distracting.
Gone.
There you go. That's gone. See? I think you did
Bye,
good.
Barb.
Hi, Barb. I love it.
Well, I'm going to keep it,
There
but I'm
you
not
go.
doing another one because it was not fun to carve.
Okay. All
But
right.
I didn't think it would. I mean, when you look at it, you don't think that's the inking, holding on to the ink at all, but
It
it
ain't
did
it.
stamp up.
Uh-huh.
So interesting. Okay.
There you go. The things we learn that we don't want to buy any more of those erasers. Well, that one doesn't work so well, guys. 90% of the others work fabulous, but that one doesn't work so well.
Bye, Debbie. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Okay. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
See, now I'm
Oh my.
sitting here, Linda, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I could do one more.
See?
It'd be fun to have some leaves that are kind of abstracty like that.
Yes, they would be. Mhm. Mhm. And
Okay.
and um and they're just like potato chips.
Just like potato chips.
Mhm. And I might have to send my husband to the store for potato chips now because you guys got me wanting potato chips. No, I won't make him go to the store.
Well, I'll have to be honest with you, Barbara. These erasers and these from Dollar Tree, I think are easier to carve than the Speedy Carve.
Um, it's been
I
a
don't
long
have as much trouble with them.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I carved any of the Speedy Carve, but these erasers are so nice to carve. Um, that these white things from Speedball were terrible.
Okay, these. We're gonna end up looking like fish or something if I don't.
Oh, you don't want any fish?
Well, not when I'm trying to draw leaves.
Okay.
I may have to draw a few veins in the middle of the leaves to make them look like leaves. I didn't have to do that to the flowers,
Yeah.
but
I promise, Barbara, these white erasers from they stamp real nice too. That's another thing. These stamp really, really nice. And her difficulty is only with that particular eraser. It looks like this. If you get the white ones, they're really nice to carve.
this
Well, and
one
this,
I had trouble seeing because I was trying to take out the white.
yeah.
It wasn't because of the eraser. This one I didn't have any trouble, but this one I was trying to take out the white and it just kept looking like it was already carved.
And these little round ones from Dollar Tree, they're colors, but they're the same stuff as the white ones, and they're really nice to carve too. Ooh, that was a deep cut. Tanya.
Well, I'm glad it was deep on the eraser, not deep on you.
Oh, yeah, it was deep on the eraser. And you know what? We're going to stamp this before I go any further because I don't know if you can see it. I'll stamp it so you can see it. But it's got these funky little lines. Like it, I might just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, they might be cool.
Well, they kind of make me think of like a drafting book.
Oh, yeah.
Although the E looks really bad. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I really messed up the E. Oh, it's partially because I didn't take out some spots.
Well, take out some spots and then look at it again.
But take a look at that. Isn't that kind of cool?
It's really cool. Yeah, I like it.
Uh-huh.
And it does look architectural or.
Okay, Barbara has decided on a tree, so she's going to use her last piece of Speedy Carve. Okay. All right. So we forgot to do the little lines in the E. That's why it looks so funky. It also had, and we got to do some lines like that. Okay, I think we might have to take out a little bit of the E. Come on, come out, come out. Okay, and make the ends. We got to come off the ends. Take the edges off of this right there. Don't you love it when I talk to myself? Yep. Okay, and then the R doesn't have a thing in the middle. It needs a thing in the middle. Okay. Now we'll see what it looks like now. But I think it's going to stay with, I was going to carve it all out, but I think not. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Now she wants to carve more stamps. Yay! Kathy wants to carve stamps.
Oh, that's what I wanted to carve. I wanted to carve one of the holly ones like she did with the 3 leaves and the 3 berries.
Oh, mm-hmm.
You don't mind if I do copy you, do you, Kathy?
I hate the E. I really hate the E. Oh, well, that's the way it is. Of course not, she says.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's funky. I like it. The E will survive. I think I'm going to take out the other piece of the E, though, because I took that piece out, and now it looks funky with it in there, so. All right. It'll be all right. I really like the little funky lines all over it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now the E's a lot better. There you go.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I like that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I wonder, you may not want to do it, But if you took out the little notch on the other side of the I to balance out the notches on the E,
That might make me a lot happier with it.
this is what my leaves came out like so far.
Oh, I like that.
I'm trying to decide if I need to take out a little bit more stuff or if
In
I need to
there,
leave it.
I like it the way it is.
What do y'all think? Do I need to take out a little bit more stuff or leave it like it is? Teresa says, and maybe one above the S.
Maybe I'm just going to take the I out for now.
Leave it, Teresa says. Okay.
Okay, see?
I will leave it.
Well,
it's definitely interesting, but they're not. When you're not trying to make something perfect, then they're not so bad. This one was pretty easy because I wasn't trying to make it perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not wanting to take out. Of course, it doesn't want to come out. There we go.
So now I'm trying to decide what do I carve my.
Okay, new piece of paper. Do I have a new piece of paper? Yep, new piece of paper.
Okay.
No, Teresa says no. Leave the one above the S. I think so because I'm afraid that if I take too much out, it won't look liney. It will look liney. Isn't that a great word?
I'm wondering if I shouldn't make these a little bigger.
Yeah, I think so. For some reason, when I stamp right there, it's not, I need to push better right there, but that's all right. I got it off of there. Lisa, that looks way better. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks good. It looks intentional now.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, I've done 3 whole stamps today. Yep. Okay. We have to have another little leaf because I just like those little leaves. The little leaves we did last week, I really liked. I don't know where they're at. Let's see what I did do last week so I don't copy it again. I did that one.
Does that look?
Oh, yeah, that's a lot better to have it bigger like that.
And what were you saying about the little leaves?
I really liked these leaves I did last week, and I couldn't remember exactly what I had done, so I was getting my paper so I could.
Yeah, because you don't want to do the exact same thing again.
No, yeah, we don't. Bigger would be easier to carve, she thinks.
I think so too.
And Teresa's saying even bigger, I think she means.
Well, I don't know if I can get any bigger because they go out to the edge already.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be about as big as they are going to work. Teresa says just a little bigger. Just a little bigger.
Too late. I already got into it. I'm sorry, Teresa.
Then plumper is what she says. Plumper is what she's saying. Hi, Mary.
Oh. Well, I might make them
Actually,
from
we're
her.
using rubber erasers. Um, this one, and that's what Lisa's got upside down. Came from Dollar Tree. They're rubbery like that. This one, these were some I got at Hobby Lobby last year. They say they're plastic. Um, this, I think, yeah, this was one of these. They come from Dollar Tree. These come from Dollar Tree. I'm just getting the ones that I've carved so far this month. Um, this one, which has things on all four sides of it, they are high polymer erasers, and I have gotten these different places, and they're different sizes, different places. Um, Walmart has them. Hobby Lobby has them. Um, they're from Pentel, and they're high polymer, and they're fabulous to carve. This is a Dollar Tree eraser. They come in a package, look like that. These were shaped little erasers from Dollar Tree, and I made a robot last week, and Lisa has made, I made a little bug. I'm looking, there was little hearts that we played with.
Yeah.
This is, it didn't come from Dollar Tree, but I got them somewhere very reasonable. They're puzzles, and they were big puzzle, and this I got last year. You have some like this too.
Yeah, I don't. They're in a box somewhere. I don't have them out
Yeah.
here with me. I've just got the ones I'm working on this year with me right now.
Yeah, and this was from Dollar Tree, but I cut it in half. I made a bunch of borders last year. Lisa, that up towards the top of Lisa's screen, there's some sort of creamy pink stuff. That
Yes.
stuff. And that's old speedball carving stuff.
It's very old. I got it at the thrift store. I made this with part of it.
This blue stuff I got on special, and I actually haven't carved any of it yet. But everybody says it's a little tough to carve, and we are finding there's difference is in erasers. Lisa just carved a couple of these erasers from Dollar Tree and didn't like carving it. So, you know, the white ones and the soft ones, they carve up real nice. So as long as you leave the ends of your fingers intact, that's true. The middle does not look like you were starving your plant to death now.
I'm glad because I don't want it to look like I'm starving my plant to death. I took this part off and I've decided to make leaves with it.
Oh, that's perfect. Kathy's going back to lurking because she wants to carve along. That sounds like
All right.
Oh, I got some of this stuff last year, and I sent a package to Lisa. Neither one of us like carving yet. It's terrible. The stamps are much better. The as far as I'm concerned, the erasers are much nicer to carve. So.
All right, let's try out these little leaves real quick here
Yeah, we gotta see what you did with them.
Before I move on to the holly leaves.
Oh, you're off camera, but I can see
Oh,
it sort
sorry.
of. That's okay. That is fabulous.
They turn out better than when I'm trying to do leaves because it was an organic move. I wasn't paying attention to trying to make a certain kind of even
Mm-hmm.
leaf.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I like about them is that they look more organic because they're not the same on both sides.
Yep. You'll use them a lot, I bet.
I think I need to.
I already did that, didn't I? Yeah, I did that. That's what I thought. I had done that on my four-sided one. So, oh, excuse me again. Golly, guys. You know what it is? It's cold in here. And cold makes me want to go crawl in my bed and sleep.
Well, maybe you should warm it up.
Yeah, well, then I'll really get sleepy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm nice and warm in here, and I'm I'm kind of sleepy too. Of course, I didn't
Mm,
sleep last night, and that's
right.
part of why. But
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to have one of these days. Mm-hmm. I know exactly what I want to make, but do you think I can think of what to put in the middle? No. Okay. Let's just go ahead and make a nice broad line right here on the outside because we know we're going to need that. Oh, we could make an eye. Let's make an eye. It's going to be a funky eye, though.
oh, maybe a funky eye will be fun.
Oh, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Then I'll need a nose and a mouth. Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Teresa. You're so helpful.
Uh,
If I tell you that you're not being that helpful, does that, will that, you're right. I'll probably need a nose. My mom used to have a riddle. Okay. Oh, Linda, that's just chilly. It's supposed to stay warm here today, but I mean, warm being 50. What was the riddle, Teresa? She said, what is round as an apple, shaped like a pear, split in the middle and covered with hair? Round as an apple, split like a pear, in the middle and covered with hair. Well, I have no clue. Of course, I'm not good with riddles. So Teresa's just gonna have to tell us.
yeah, they have to be pretty obvious for me to, and sometimes that's not even enough.
I don't know if Mindy is still here, but you see, I just cut the shape I wanted. Now, you want to be careful when you're doing that because, you could cut you too.
Yep.
Lisa cut hers out too. You needed a big piece of rubber. It is your eye. Okay. Shaped like a It's shaped like, round as an apple, shaped like a pear. Okay, I guess it's shaped like a pear. And it has eyebrows, so it's covered with hair. Yep. I sort of figured that was, but it just didn't. It just didn't really. I'd had to think about it. Okay, so we're gonna call that the right shape. We'll hope. Now we gotta cut this out right here. I will tell you that the bigger stamps are easier to hold on to if you're trying to cut something. That much I will tell you. These little, sometimes when you get to doing little ones, they're hard to hold.
That is true.
Doing those little flowers and the butterflies and stuff that come in those little eraser packs from Dollar Tree are kind of difficult. I have to admit to that one.
Yep. I will agree with you on that.
And I just realized I moved the eraser, not the.
It's like you're fussy cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the eraser, guys, not the tool. Now I don't know if that's normal, but
Well, I do that when I'm making curves for sure.
uh-huh.
So, do holly leaves have veins in them?
Yeah, they have kind of looks, just a minute.
Going out to each of those points?
Yeah, kind of looks like they don't really go all the way.
But they point at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you.
This chair's losing its pneumatic oil or whatever it is. You keep dipping. Barbara's shrinking. Wendy is here. See, I cut this one out to be the shape I wanted. I was just, thinking about the fact that we were talking about that earlier. And Lisa cut hers out to be the shape she wanted. She took a round eraser and cut it out.
Well, it's just so much easier. For one thing, it's easier to stamp with
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have all that extra stuff. Plus, it's easier to carve. Plus, I got 3 leaves.
Yeah, she got
Extra
3 leaves, extra leaves from it. Mm-hmm. Well, and last year I cut those long erasers in half to make borders. Okay, you know what? This eye may turn into something weird because it just kind of says it ought to have maybe it's just going to be a bloodshot eye. That might be it. Okay, we're going to see what it looks like. See what it looks like.
Uh-oh. Slipped.
I don't know, Barbara. I would say probably not. It all depends on what's causing it to do it. If it's just a screw or something, I don't know. Okay. This may look more like a fish than an eye. Okay. It doesn't look like either one.
It's pretty, though.
You know what?
It'll make great petals.
I was going to say, look at this. It's going to make a cool flower. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's going to make a cool flower. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yep. Okay, it's done. Yep. Oh, yeah, it'll make a great flower. Which is what I use those for most of the time anyways. Okay, now I have a mess. Thank you, Josie. Yeah, I like it. I have a bunch like that I use a lot. I actually use those quite a bit.
Thanks for anything, Kathy.
Oh, oh, Lisa, that's adorable.
I love it.
Well, I seriously was thinking about carving this Santa Claus, but he's too big.
He's pretty big. It would be, if you were doing the kids' wrapping paper, he would be perfect.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't imagine what you would use it for.
Yeah. He's too big. If he was little, I would have carved him. And that's one of the reasons why I was kind of looking for some of the little kits of the, oh, great. I just dumped my letters all over everywhere. There we go.
Oh, no.
Of these little stamps. I was kind of looking for those because I was hoping to get some little Christmassy stamps. I mean, I have Christmas stamps. It's not like I need Christmas stamps, but so.
Alrighty.
Just so you guys know, since you weren't here earlier, if you weren't here earlier, I got these gigantic white rubber erasers, which ought to be great to carve. You can cut them up, and I got them at Dollar Tree. So this is a big chunk of rubber eraser for $1. So just so you know. Are you ready to go, hon? I'm sure you're not.
I think I really am. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's all right. You want to show what you did today? I didn't do very much.
I didn't either. This is what I did today. I did these two.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like how one is
thick.
I like how one has thicker lines than the others.
Yeah, I do too. And I did these leaves and the holly berries and these two strange abstract looking things.
But I like them.
I like them too. Not sure what I'll use them for, but I like them. Mm-hmm. They would be good background, probably.
Yeah, they would. Especially with something light. So.
Yeah.
I did. I finished up my little postcard stamp and got it cleaned up a little bit. And I did this little flower, and I did dream and inspire. I really like my inspire.
I really like that too. It turned out great.
Oh, this is the last one. This is right here's the inspire, and then I did this little petal is what we will call it. We will not call it an eye or a fish. We will call it a petal. So they'd be good on the jelly plate.
They would be good on the jelly plate.
Mm-hmm. They probably would. So, and they should wash up just like your brayer.
You would think so.
Washes up. So I would think. So once again, Lisa got a lot more accomplished than I did, but that's okay. She's just speedy.
I'm a speedy carve.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Linda. Anyways, guys, we're gonna go.
Thank y'all. See you Thursday.
And we will see you Thursday, 2:00, Lisa's channel. So please be careful. Please be safe. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye-bye.